In real time, we may expect some basic questions like what is Linux and what are the distributions and what is an operating system and what are the differences between Linux and Windows. What you observe in real time market, Linux is over the Windows and basic features of Linux. This type of questions we may expect as a fresher and as a beginner, like up to 2 years experience. They ask this silly, this basic questions. So that's it. That point of view, you say something, right? So we are not focusing on in depth like what is on Linux and distributions, just basic knowledge as per interview point of view only we focus. If they ask like what is an Linux, if they ask like what is an Linux, just you said Linux is an operating system and it is a free of cost and open source based on Unix OS. It will be works, means linux is linux is operating system. It is a free and it is open source, and it is linux is works based on uh, Unix operating system. This is a very simple definition. So Linux is an operating system. It is a free of cost, it available, everyone can download, and not only download, everyone can download open source. The entire code you will be get, and you can customize as you required. So as per requirement, as per your work conditions, just you create your distribution, and this Linux is works on Unix operating system. And this Linux was developed by Linus at 1991. Linux known for it is a stability and security and flexibility and reliability. So why the Linux is very famous? Because of stability and security and flexibility and reliability. So why it is secure? So when you compare the Windows, one more famous operating system is like a Windows. When you compare this Windows operating system, everyone frequently we get updates. There is one huge drawback. Every time we get updates, when we get the updates we don't know, and it is a mandatory. The maximum you postpone like a 2 or 3 times, and some situation when you reboot, otherwise automatically the system will be updates, right? And it will be take some time, and reboot is a mandatory. And you cannot customize your Windows operating system. You cannot customize, means customize in the sense the Windows operating system is fixed, and you will be never get that code of this Windows, right? And there is a expected downtime. We expect downtime. Why? Because here the malware and hackers the mainly focus on Windows operating system. Why? Because the 90% population is using Windows operating system, so hackers may attack and updates, the frequently updates, so it may lose the downtime, right? So what? And why this Linux is stability? So here the user fully controlled on upgrades, fully controlled updates, means that when you want to initialize that particular update, that is a user choice. And security, it having a default firewall security, and hackers may never be less expectation for malware finding, right? So hackers not focusing on Linux operating system. And flexibility, why it is a flexibility? We can customize our existing Linux code with a different type of distributions. And reliability, so we expect zero downtime. So that is, we can run the Linux operating system continuously for certain months, certain years, not at all an issue. The Linux operating system is perform zero downtime. So here Linux is used in a wide variety of application from personal computers and servers and embedded systems and mobile devices. So almost all areas Linux operating system will be works. Linux is also backbone of many cloud computing platforms. Why the backbone? Just you observe, imagine AWS, Azure, and GCP is a cloud providers, right? So basically, it providing Linux is a default operating system, and it comes free cost to these all providers. Then they save the lot of money. If in case they provide Windows, if one user is setting this Windows, these providers may pay some amount to this Windows, but Linux, n number of users they may use Linux operating system, but with the free of cost. So right, Linux is distributed under the various open source Linux. Suppose there is a Red Hat is there, Fedora is there, CentOS, SUSE. There are plenty open source licenses are available, and some are the paid enterprise versions are also available, which means that its source code is freely available anyone to use, modify and distribute. Right. So this is a basic of Linux. This is enough for interview point of view, and almost we cover this is enough for basic definition. And what is a distribution? So in the Linux world there are several distributions available based on the Linux kernel, and provides a complete operating system with a collection of software applications. Each Linux distribution have its own set of features, target audience and community of users and developers. In the market there are some popular distributions are available. They are like Ubuntu. Ubuntu is especially it is a user friendly. It is a user friendly, and it works based on Debian operating system. It is the oldest Linux operating system, Debian, and this Ubuntu is designed for desktop, laptop, and servers. It's a open source, right? So next, Fedora. This is focused on innovations and the latest technology designed for developers. And Debian, the oldest and stable Linux distribution for reliability and security and performance. This is the oldest and specially designed for desktop. The Debian operating system, it is one of the base platform for the Docker images also. The CentOS, the free and open source Linux distribution based on RHEL. It works based on Red Hat Enterprise Editions, just enterprise license, designed for servers and long-term support and stability. So especially it is designed for long-term support. And Arch Linux, it is a minimalist and customizable Linux distribution based on advanced users who want to build their own system for the ground up. And there is RHEL, Red Hat Enterprise Edition. It is one of the distribution of Linux, and it is a commercial distribution. It's an enterprise edition. It's not a free. So, but widely used in enterprise environments. RHEL is based on Fedora distribution. It is a Fedora distribution, and especially designed to be used on servers and workstation and other enterprise class systems. And RHEL also has a large and active community of users and developers, which helps to ensure that to remains up to date and secure over time. So here these are the just I'll say like some of the distributions of Linux, and we are not going to clear cut information, just only we are not going to depth actually. So just we covered what are the distributions are available, so that's enough. And in a future we are going to cover Ubuntu and Red Hat. We are going to do the lab on Ubuntu and RHEL Red Hat. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.